Hello? Can you all hear me? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Hold on a minute. Now I've got a bit of an echo going on here. I think that might be one of my devices. Testing, testing. There we go. I think I've now silenced myself. Oh no, I can still hear me somewhere else. Welcome along to me Sunday night. Here's the little culprit. Turn the volume down, John Kelly. Zombie Womble can hear me. I don't know about anyone else. Do say hello in the chat if you're here. Look at that. Let me make that a bit bigger. Why has that got so small, eh? That's better, isn't it? Now it's too big. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Zombie Womble's taking it over. There we are, that's better, isn't it? Well, welcome along to me Sunday chit chat. I thought it'd be nice after so long to come on and do a little catch up with you all. Feels like there's so much to say that I could do 2, 3 or 4 videos. Sometimes that means I end up doing none of them because it all just gets too big and I end up not doing anything. So I thought I'd come on live, fairly unprepared, got a few graphics just here and there, just so that, you know, to keep you entertained. Got my little Yoda who's sitting on my shoulder, give me a bit of advice here and there. Do let me know in the chat where you are, where you're listening in from. Say hello. It can be very lonely here, you know. I'm just going to have a swig of my drink and we'll get back on with a chit chat. This is your chance to say hello and where you're listening in from. Go. So, who said it? Zombie Womble's listening in from the Hague. Very good. Welcome to anyone who's listening from the Hague, like Zombie Womble. Does that work, that button? Yeah, that works, doesn't it? Add comment. Yeah, that doesn't work. So I have to do it manually. So, anyway, yeah, like I said, I'd sort of end up doing nothing if I just got bogged down in all the videos that I should be making. And I know this is my music channel. I kind of figure out that doing these kind of little chit-chat ones on my music channel is relevant because all my songs are stories, aren't they? And this is part of my story. This is part of me, you know. These are the things I write about, these chit-chats. But I'll tell you what this video isn't going to be, because I haven't had time to get it all sorted out. It's not going to be about me eating my last Easter egg, which I am doing. My Easter egg's over the side. It's getting a bit blurry, that, isn't it? That's because of the funny light, I think. Don't know why it's not going focused. Don't know why I've gone all blurry. I tell you what might happen. I might turn the lights on. That'll help. Because I'm sitting in the dark here in South London. So I'll turn the lights on and see if that makes a difference. To me focus. There we are. Is that better? Yeah, look at that. Now I'm focused. Yeah, so it's not going to be about me eating my last Easter egg. You know, that's not bad, is it, really? That, you know, it's like 2 weeks after Easter. And I've still got a bit of Easter egg. Have you got a bit of Easter egg? Let me know how many Easter eggs you've got left in the chat. This video is not going to be about sumo wrestling. I've seen both the last 2 tournaments and I'm very excited about the next tournament. I might do some, you know, streams while the next tournament's going on because it's great fun. I love it. I don't know why. Don't ask me why I like sumo, but I do. It's just one of those things. Can't help it. And this video isn't going to be about me gig in Canada, except to say thank you to everyone who did come and support us out in Canada. It was amazing. What a journey that was. And I will have a little video at some point, as soon as I can make it, about all our adventures out in Canada, which were amazing. I was there with Pickles and Laura, and it was really, really an amazing experience. We played a little gig. We had a lot of chit-chatting. We had a Sunday chit-chat. Yay! And what else was lovely about it was we got to see the Niagara Falls, and that was gorgeous. I recommend you go to see the Niagara Falls if you get a chance, because it's absolutely lovely out there in the Niagara Falls. So those are a few things the video's not going to be about. It's not going to be about me being on Desert Island Discs, thanks to the lovely Jenny Seeley. It's live on, it's on Radio 4 at the moment. You can listen to it on Catch Up. But I've been on before when Jack Thorne picked one of me songs as one of his Desert Island Discs. And this time Jenny, she picked 2 songs. She picked Spasticus Autisticus and If It Can't Be Right, It Must Be Wrong. So how lucky am I being a musician and being on Desert Island Discs twice, and this time having 2 songs on it. Unbelievable. Thank you very much for that. I hope you all enjoy the show. Jenny's story is just amazing. Anyway, and going right up to date, this video is not going to be about the A to Z of Morden, which you can find on YouTube. Look it up. The A to Z of Merton and Morden. Absolutely amazing. We have got an A to Z. It's great, it is. I love it. But there's me in my little home, so you can have a little look around. There you go. It's very exciting. Oh yeah. This video is also not going to be about down, you know, up to date. The burning down of the Burnham Bullock in Mitcham. That happened, yeah, on Friday. Big fire in a pub in Mitcham. The pub's dates back to the 1600s, they reckon. 1700s. And it's gone on fire. I hope they do save it. But anyway, this video's not going to be about that. And finally, this video's not going to be about Metronome becoming a wine bar, where me and Laura had a lovely little glass of wine on Thursday before we went to the Blue Junction. Marvellous. No, this video is really, there's so much been going on in our lives over the last month that it's impossible to say it all, but you know, most of you know what's been happening in our lives, the goods, the bads, the roller coasters, the ups and downs. But we've all been together and there's been a lot of love, and I'm very grateful to all of you for your support over the last couple of months. We had a great birthday for Laura's birthday, and we had a bit of sadness in the family. But together we're getting through it all, and it's, yeah, it is all happening. But today, going right up to date, I went along to the Disabled People Against Cuts emergency online meeting. And essentially it was in response to our mate Richie Sunak. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm just having a go at the Tories here, but they are in charge, and therefore they are responsible, and therefore it is fair to have a little look at what they're saying and give them some criticism where criticism is due. So this was all about kind of being in response to Richie's horrible statements about ending the sick note culture, which is actually got rid of the idea of sick notes. They're called fit notes. But getting rid of that culture and stopping doctors signing people off sick. And then he also slipped under the bonnet some other welfare changes that are happening that will impact on the lives of disabled people. Now, I'm going to try not to use their narrative too much because it's horrible, it's nasty. And as I said, although this might seem like I'm Tory bashing, well, I am in a way, but, you know, if we have elections and there's a new government, they will be held just as much to account and responsible for putting legislation in or making things better for us all. So this was all about a little bit of my response, or some of the thoughts I had whilst I was on the toilet today, thinking about what the bloody hell's going on. And I'm sorry if I swear a bit tonight, but you know what it's like. And what I really thought about was, you know, Pauline Quirk. I love her, comedian. She's been on lots of stuff like Gimme, Gimme, Gimme. And she's been on loads of stuff like that. She did this video about making sure that we are all woke. There's this big thing in there about not being woke, and the climate is that we're all woke apparently, and we can't make sensible decisions because we'll be closed down and all that kind of nonsense that the certain people on the right hand side tend to use. Oh, we're all being shut down and we're all being quiet. But actually, Pauline Quirk put this thing up about being very woke, because the origins of woke was being about being awake of all the things that are going on around you, and listening and learning from what's going on around you and responding to it. So that's what I'm doing. That's what this video is about. I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't care tonight, because you can always turn off if you've had enough of me. But I'll just take it for as long as it is. You're all very welcome. Say hello in the chat and ask questions. And if you disagree with me, say it in a nice way. Say it in a helpful way. Don't just be nasty and put up verbal things, because I'll just shut you down. I'll just delete your comments. So be nice. Be constructive. If you want to be critical of what I'm saying, that's absolutely fair. But hopefully I'm trying to be fair in what I'm sort of saying. So anyway, what this spurred me on to think about was, you know, you often hear people going on about our rights and responsibilities. And I thought about, how about our rights and our entitlements? And by entitlements, I don't mean privileges. This is entitlements are the things we deserve, the society that we want to live in and contribute to make it great as a place to live in. By entitlements, I mean things like fairness and living in a society that's just and equitable. And also one where that entitlement is not only equitable, but it's universal. Human rights are universal. They apply to us all. So when I'm talking about these sorts of things, I'm not just talking about disabled people. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about people you love and you care about. And I'm talking about disabled people because it impacts on us. It impacts on me. And I don't always realise that because I'm a bit of a... My cup is full. I'm happy. I'm a jolly kind of person. I believe in people and I believe in good. And I sometimes forget that people can be right little nasty and because I block them out, I ignore them. And I look for good in people. So I don't talk about, although you think I might be having a go at the Tories, I don't talk about them that much because I can't waste my energy on them. I've got so many spoons a day, and I don't want to waste all my spoons on moaning and writing letters of complaint. I could spend my whole life writing letters and complaining. So I don't kind of do it. Hello, Ellen. It's lovely to have you on board. Please do comment when I go off kilter. So yeah, I want to live in a society where it's fair, it's just, equitable and universal. So there's rights and there's entitlements. And yes, of course there's responsibilities. But we never talk about our entitlements. The things that are just and fair that disabled people should have by right. It's really interesting when you look at benefits. Disability living allowance became a PIP, personal independent payment. And it moved into benefits. And then that became that narrative that the Tories wanted about scroungers. And this week on the telly, I've heard 3 or 4 Tory ministers calling us a burden to the taxpayer, a burden to society. Well, the kind of society I want to live in is fair and just and equitable. And it has a welfare system. It has a system that says if we need support, we'll have it. We live in a democracy and a system where we care for each other, where we look after each other, where we support each other. If you're sick, we have an NHS. If you're homeless, we will have a shelter where you can stay. If you're a refugee, we will take you in and we will look after you. We will support you. If you are a disabled person, we will support you to live an equal life amongst your peers in your community. I know you wanted me to say care for you, but I'm not going to use the word care because you know I don't want that. I want independent living. So we want the types of things where we have the right to vote, the right to work, the right to participate, to not live in poverty, not to be hungry, in this land of rich and greatness that we're told we have got. I was talking to Josh today about sick pay and that being a right that we have. And actually, this sick note thing will have an impact on that. So if you're not a disabled person right now, this is very much about you as well as it is about me. And we also have the right to protest. And we also know what's going on there. They're having a right old ding-dong at stopping us protesting because of a few plonkers who ruin it for the majority, who care about the world being in peace. No matter what the conflict that's going on in this terrible world at the moment, we really, really broadly want peace and love and harmony. And the rhetoric isn't about that. It's all about dividing us and splitting us up and saying, oh, these few people are nasty to those 2 people. So, yeah, we want a world where there's fairness, there's justice, equitable and universality to our rights. So when we talk about universal rights, we're talking about things that affect us all, not just disabled people. And I wish I knew more about what's going on with all the changes, but I don't really know. And there's so many more people online who can tell you more about the changes to the welfare system that are really, really bad. I was at a meeting today and John McDonnell was there and he said the attacks that are currently happening on disabled people are worse than what was happening in 2010 around austerity. And it's all being used just to keep a few people in power. It's all around the election. It's all around trying to win the votes of their party, to keep them in power. And yes, the Labour Party are going to be doing it too. They're going to be using these kind of, maybe saying something different. But we'll be watching the Labour Party and holding them to account, because I'm not party political, actually. I'm issue-based. I care about inclusion, and I care about equality, and I care about disabled people, and I care about non-disabled people and disabled people working together on equal terms. I always feel inadequate when I'm doing these kind of ranting videos. I'm much better at singing a song. So do listen to my album, because you might get some of my messages a bit more. Yeah, hold on a second. Is that me main overlay? Is that the one? No, that's me doodah. That one. Is that me ticker? No. Where's that one then? Where's that one gone? I had one that showed you where to listen to my album. And I don't know where it's gone to. Where's it bloody gone? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah, so if you want to listen to me songs and my album to get what I'm going on about here, go to Bandcamp. You can listen to it for free. Doesn't cost you anything. Or on Spotify. Or on Tidal. And if you really like it, you can buy it. And it really helps me out and the band when we're gigging. But have a listen and you might get a little bit of what I'm going on about here if my words aren't good enough. I suppose my strengths are I can sing and play a few songs here and there. I do gigs and I know how to look after an audience. Those are my strengths. Those are me things I can do. I'm not really a political animal, and I'm not really good at analysing all the data and being able to articulate it all. But I do know things are going on, and I'm using this platform just to let people know that there is things we can all do about it. And together, we're not a minority. Together we are united and we're stronger. So it's really, really important that people join us. So that we're not a minority voice. But yeah, the stuff that Richie was talking about on Wednesday and Thursday, and then other ministers calling us a burden and scroungers or whatever they wanted to use. It's really funny because one of the sayings that James O'Brien used on LBC, he talks about, they don't mean you, John, they're not talking about you, they're talking about those other disabled people, those ones that are cheating and scrounging, they're not talking about you. But actually, I've come to learn that it is about me, because I'm a disabled person. And when they cut the rights of disabled people, they're cutting my rights, and they're cutting your rights, because disability isn't just about, impairment. It's about your friends. It's about your community. It's about your mum, your dad, your aunties, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, your neighbours. It could be you. Yeah? So when they're saying, we're not talking about you, John, we're talking about other people, all those scroungers. Actually, we're all painted with the same brush, even though we all know we're diverse and we're different people. So what I learnt today was we're not just going to attack and moan about Richie having his little babble on telly. Let him do it. Let all the Tories go on and say, well, we can't afford this. We just need to look after our rich mates and make sure that they're, make sure that they're looked after with their tax havens and their little quirks for their self-assessments and their businesses and their shareholders and their hedge funders. Because yes, most of the care system is run by hedge funders. So the care system is in crisis. And I don't want care, I want independent living. And you all know that. If you listen to the words, we don't want care. We want to live in a society where we've got rights. So yeah, I can do gigs, I can facilitate, I can listen. I try and listen hard. I don't do it very well because I get too excited and I want to jump in. We all do that. But I know a little bit about learning. And I learn from others, I listen. So listen to other disabled people. Go and read a blog. Go and look on the Disabled People Against Cuts website to inform yourself about what actually is happening. Because these things are real. They're not being made up. They're not, I'm not making this video tonight because I've got nothing else better to do on a Sunday. I'm actually a bit knackered at the moment and I'm a bit tired. I haven't been sleeping very well. And we've had a hard month in my family. But I felt I had to make this video because if I didn't, it would just add to the list of things I know I should have done. So, yeah, we're not going to moan and we're not just going to sit back. We're going to be active in this. We're going to participate. We're going to mobilise. We're going to become active. Okay? What are we going to do? The elections are around the corner. The easy thing we can do is we can listen to what the parties are saying and make a choice about the kind of society we want. Remember what I said right at the beginning about fairness, justness, equality, universality. If you're sick, the NHS. If you're homeless, shelter. If you need refuge, to be taken in. If you're a disabled person, to get support. If you want to work, to be looked after fairly at work. Not to live in poverty. Not to be hungry. Not to have children who are reliant on the school giving them meals. The right to protest. Remember all those things and listen to all the parties so we can be active in the elections. It isn't a passive thing. It's not just about those lot over there talking about us. You have got a vote and you can use it. Make sure you get your ID sorted out because they've tried to take that away from us. And if you can't vote, put something on social media. Let people know why you couldn't vote because that's just as important. I'd love a thing on the ballot slip that says none of the above. So at least we could make a protest vote. But we're not allowed to do that. So work within the system we've got and make the most of it. And then when we get in there, we can change it. So if you're a young person, I know I'm 54, I'm going bald, it sounds like I'm having a rant and a moan, but actually I'm passionate about the rights of young people because I'm a youth worker. And believe it or not, I'm still young at heart. And young disabled people have a voice. So make sure you use it. Make sure you get involved in this. And don't isolate yourself so that you're the only one. Join the collection. Join the movement because we have a rich movement and we need your young blood to be part of this. The other thing I'm really excited about is new songs. Helen, I know's in there. She's been writing some lovely new songs. We're going to rehearse them soon, Helen. I'm very excited. And I've got some new stuff as well that we're going to be playing and touring in the coming months. So keep a look on my website because there'll be gigs and things coming up. But if nothing else, dig out Pauline Quirk and Being Woke because tonight is a little rally cry. Tonight is a little, let's all be a little bit more woke. And by that, I don't mean politically correct. I mean awake. I mean alert. I mean curious. Dig down and try and find something out. If you don't understand it, say on Facebook or on Twitch or X or wherever you are, I don't understand this, can someone explain? And someone will do it, someone will help you. There'll be some nasty oral people that say nasty things there, but just ignore them, delete them. Because I believe good people are out there and good people outnumber the bad people. I've always believed it because I have to trust in people. For me to have got this far in my life, I need people around me to help me. I need people to get me up in the morning. I need people to support me throughout the day. And I need people to trust me at work, that I can do the same job as anybody else and I can do it just as well. So, yeah, I don't know if any of that makes sense. But if you're listening in the chat, why don't you say something? Tell me what you think. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me how you're feeling. Tell me about your Sunday night. I've had me rant. I'm a little bit exhausted now, if the truth be known. and I didn't use half of my graphics. I didn't use, oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to have a pint of Guinness on my screen. No, I didn't use that. It's nobody's birthday, so I didn't use the birthday cake. Charming. I didn't talk about Niagara Falls. There you go, look. Oh, it was so lovely. I want to go back to Canada. That was our view, and to audio describe it, it's a picture of the Niagara Falls. My view was through those railings, so I didn't really see it as well. My tip to the Toronto Tourist Board would be to put a little area where a wheelchair user can see over the barriers, because it's beautiful, and we don't want to lose out on that. Maybe a little button where you can audio describe it, but the beauty of the Niagara is you can actually feel it. You can feel it in your face. It was gorgeous. And there's my little bag. I mean, nobody sings about our hero's bag. Product placement. Yeah, so I didn't use that graphic. What's that one? Oh yeah, so that's where you can go to find out about John Kelly Musician at Bandcamp. Obviously you all know that because you follow me, and I appreciate all your support and all your love and all that sort of stuff. Please share this video if you want to. You can find me on Facebook. Here I am. I always put things up there. I haven't updated this one. Bit controversial. This one is Twitter. Twitter.com. JK_musician. Obviously that's X now. But look, it's still got the little blue Tweety bird. Hooray for the little blue Tweety bird. So anyway, that's where you can find me. And on both Twitch and on YouTube, you can email me at info@johnkellymusician.co.uk. Thank you. Your words are your strength too. I was just thinking how clear, complex things seem when they come out of your mouth. That's what happens when I go to the toilet. I sit on the toilet and then I want to have my iPhone in there so I can go, hey Siri, make a note, and then it does it. So I don't forget it. And the whole thing there about our entitlements, because everyone always talks about rights and responsibilities. And actually, in our society, we've got entitlements. Things that we should expect from our government. Things that we should expect from living in a world where there is education, and when there is knowledge, and where there is compassion, and where people have got power to do good. And a lot of our elected politicians forget that the power they have is not to do bad, but to do good, to do right by people, not to do wrong by them. And currently, it's really interesting, that little thing that I made up about, you know, if you're sick, the NHS, if you need refuge, we'll take you in. If you're homeless, giving you shelter. You know, if you need to learn, we've got an education. It's really interesting how all those things are currently being attacked by this government. And we have to stop it. We have to. I'm sorry, but we do need to get rid of this unelected Tory government. If they put another load of Tory MPs together who are compassionate, who do care about society, and they write a manifesto that really cares about people, well, fair dues, maybe they might win. They might not get my vote, but at least, you know, they'll be saying things that are palatable. But right at this moment, they really are the nasty party. The Labour Party have got a lot to do to demonstrate that they're not just Tories in disguise, that they really genuinely do care about things like the working class. They care about poverty. They care about housing. They care about disabled people. They care about housing. We need positive action, not excuses about, well, we've got a, you know, the Tories have made a mess and it's going to take us 5 years. What we want is ambition, and we want vision, and we want hope. And all those things come if you put a manifesto together that is about giving young disabled people hope. If you do that, you will attract a lot more non-disabled people. A lot more activity will come your way. Because if you get it right for disabled people, you'll be getting it right for society. Anyway, I'm going to finish the rest of my Easter egg. I'm going to have a cup of tea, and then I'm going to have a little lie down. I will make a video about Canada, as and when I can. I've got a whole list of things I should be doing that I never do. So I'm going to try and get better at doing that. But me spoons I've run out of spoons a bit at the moment. So I get knackered from writing all the lists of things I should do. So at least tonight I've done something. I can tick something off the list. Even if it's not perfect. Even if it's not quite as I want it to be. Thanks for listening. Make sure you comment below. Make sure you follow and you listen and you like and you subscribe and you share. But most of all, you just think about it and do something for yourself. Do something that makes you feel part of all of this. Mobilisation. This action. I love you all to bits. Take care. I'll see you at the next gig. Look on my website, johnkellymusician.co.uk, to find out where we're playing next. Give yourselves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Feel the love. But from me, tonight, I'm saying, have a sausage, have a cup of tea. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Love to you all. Be lucky. Take care. See you soon. Night night, zombie womble. Night night, Ellen. And night night to all those who've been listening in. Thank you very much for all your kind words. Thank you, Helen. I don't know if it was a bit of Sunday wisdom. God knows. Anyway, I hope it's helped. It's just made me a bit more tired, I think. Yeah. Night night. Cheers, sausages.